The basis of our food lies in the roots of agriculture. However, since industrialization, manufacturers are mass-producing our crops but at the cost of the plant's health. This depletes our resources and creates an increasing need to contain nutrients in the plants. It's important to buy them closer to home, where we know the steps that are taken. One farm in particular has taken a unique approach to combat such harmful practices.
My name is Will Vermillion. I'm owner-operator of Vermillion Farms. So we utilize what's known as aeroponics. Essentially, it's very similar to hydroponics, only instead of the roots sitting in water their entire lives, they grow suspended in air inside these aeroponic towers. We farm romaine, butterleaf, strawberries, tomatoes, and cucumbers. We actually utilize beneficial insects, so we're not putting any harmful chemicals or anything like that into the ground. We use 95% less water than traditional in-the-ground farming techniques. Most of the water is just recirculating through the towers. We are growing 10 acres worth of food in 1/10 of an acre's worth of space. And so just the overall density of food that we can provide in a smaller footprint, we don't have to use nearly the amount of land in order to produce the same amount of food. I want to essentially create what I'm referring to as a property. So each property would have anywhere between 5 to 10 greenhouses on it. That whenever I've saturated that area, I go and I build another property to create what I'm referring to as hyper-localized agriculture. The plants and produce that are making it to people's tables never has to travel more than 25 miles before it reaches its destination.
The transportation process is fairly simple. They neatly pack up the produce in reusable containers and bring them over to the market for sale.
I think by going with a locally sourced food, you're getting that drive and that motivation from somebody who has a passion about it. It's about your neighbors. It's about not simply just profit.
This is my favorite place to buy lettuce because of how organic and clean the ingredients are, and it lasts, and it's the best lettuce that I've found from a taste standpoint and from a nutrient standpoint. I think it's important to eat locally sourced food because of how far it travels. If you have it locally sourced here, it doesn't travel very far. Oftentimes it's a fresh that it's just been harvested. Oftentimes I come here and then he says, look, I just picked my tomatoes this morning, or I just picked my cucumbers this morning, which that means we get the best nutrients so we continue to stay strong and be healthy.
One of the big reasons why I got into this was because I want to make sure that the food that I'm eating is healthy and without chemicals, and it's just going to be good for me.
Consuming food that is locally sourced and obtained sustainably is not only good for the environment, but good for our bodies. Local organizations like Vermillion Farms help spread a healthy lifestyle to families and individuals around them. These homegrown plants give us a delicious solution to unethically sourced produce. Homegrown. It's the way to go.